Hey dolls and gents, today I have a talk through get ready with me video for you guys. I haven't done one of these in a while. I know some of you love them and some of you like the shorter videos. So if you prefer a shorter video, this one is not for you, boo. But if you like the long, detailed talk through videos, then that's what we did today. I am using a bunch of products that I've used previously and some new products. So some of these are like a first impressions kind of video. I meant to use one of my contour sticks, but I forgot to use it in the video. So I'll do a separate video on the new ColourPop contour sticks because they look really cool. So I'll do like a first impression video on that. But I really love the way that my eyeshadow turned out. I did use the new Anastasia Modern Renaissance palette. I've really been enjoying this palette and I wanted to use the pinky colors in it because I hardly ever do pink eyeshadow. So I am rocking pink eyeshadow today, but I think on camera it's coming off a little bit more red tone. But I did use the Love Letter shade, which is a nice hot pink color, and it is a matte eyeshadow. It's very beautiful, and I use this orange as well. You can use them all like interchangeably and they will look great. They just blend, but you have to make sure that you tap off the excess. But I'm talking so much. I talk through the video, so there's really no need to talk right now. If you're wondering about my hair, I am still rocking one of my Peruvian Body Wave custom units. This is a frontal unit and I'm just rocking it in its natural curl pattern. I've been wearing the same wig for like 4 or 5 months now, so I absolutely love it. If you're interested in buying one of my custom units, I do have 2 frontals available on the website right now, and I will link that down below for you guys. So if you want to see how I did this full look from start to finish, talk through style, definitely stay tuned, guys. So we're first going to start off with a lip plumper, and I'm going to use this one from Glam Glow, and it is their Plump Rages lip plumper. This one is the glossy one, and I used this earlier, and this stuff, like legit, when I first put it on, I was like, you know what, it's not doing anything. But after a while, my lips were like on fire. It literally felt like I had hot sauce on my lips. It was crazy. Next, we're gonna go in with a primer water. I'm using the Smashbox primer water today. Y'all have seen me use this before. It just preps my face for foundation. So it's just a nice water spray, and I feel like it keeps my foundation on a little bit longer when I use it. Next, I'm going in with the Cover FX Mattifying Primer, and this one does have acne medication in it. I believe that it has salicylic acid. I received this as a 100-point perks for Sephora, and I'm just going to apply this to my T-zone area because that's where I tend to get oily. So my forehead, my nose, and all through like the cheeks right here by my nose area. So you want to let this sit on the skin for about 5 minutes and then we can go in with foundation. So for foundation today, I'm going to be using the MAC Pro Longwear foundation, and I'm going to use it with a Real Techniques Face Expert brush, and I am using the shade NC50. This stuff is like really, really thick. So I'm going to apply a couple of drops all over my skin. Then I'm going to put a little bit on the back of my brush and start working this into the skin. So I'm basically pushing it into the skin and blending it down. You want to blend your foundation down so it doesn't lift up any hairs that you have on your face. So never blend it up, always down. I know that's like opposite of what you do for like skincare. Skincare, you're supposed to blend it up so you don't like cause premature wrinkles. So I like to work with layers for my foundation when it's summertime because you don't want to apply too much because it's going to melt off your face. I'm in Georgia, which is really hot. So layers is the best. And then you can go back in areas where you need a little bit more coverage and apply more. Absolutely love this brush for foundation. Like, don't sleep on this brush. Pick it up from Ulta. It's bomb. And I wouldn't recommend using a beauty blender for this foundation just because it's waterproof. So you don't want to use anything that has water in it already. Like, you wouldn't use a damp beauty blender with it because it would just cause a lot of lifting and it would look really patchy. You could definitely do it with a dry sponge though. So I'm gonna add a little bit more coverage in some areas. And y'all, my lips, they're like burning right now. Burning. So my cheeks are like a problem area. They're not as bad as they used to, but I like applying a little bit more coverage there. And I haven't been getting enough water this week, so I need to apply a little bit to my forehead. When I don't drink a lot of water or enough water, my forehead tends to break out. So next I'm going to go in with the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer, and I'm going to use the shade 30 Cafe, and I'm going to use it down my nose. We're highlighting right now. My forehead. And someone asked me, like, why do I draw a marijuana plant on my forehead? Like, I'm not trying to draw anything because I can't draw, number one. I wish I could, but today it's not a plant. It's just whatever. But it's just like how you highlight the forehead. So I do my Cupid's bow, my chin. And if you have a big forehead, don't do as much highlighting. And for under eyes, I am going to use a different concealer today. I'm going to use my IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Under Eye Concealer in the shade Deep. So I'm actually going to apply this with a Luxie 512 brush. It is considered a contouring brush, but we're going to use this to apply the concealer underneath the eyes, just to like place it there. So I'm going to use my Black Beauty Blender Pro as always. I love this thing. And we're going to start with the concealer on the face, the Fit Me concealer, and just blend that out. Now, I like a really bright under eye. Heck, I like really bright like highlighting period, but I know everyone doesn't. So if you want a subtle highlight, then use one that's like 1 to 2 shades lighter than your foundation. But if you want to go bright, then you can use one that's like 3 to 4 shades. Just make sure you blend it out. So I go back and forth between my beauty blender and my face brush. That's how I get it really blended out. And it's a process, you guys. Like, y'all see it sped up all the time. But this is a freaking process. Like, you have to go back and forth. So if you don't have a lot of time, don't do this. So I'm going to take a little bit more of my foundation on the back of my hand just to get my brush kind of coated with the foundation a little more, so I can really blend out the highlighted areas. If you find it's getting like a little bit too bright, you can do that. So now it's time to get this under eye area to brighten it. So I'm going to take the same beauty blender, and I like to work it on the sides of my nose first because this is going to give you a nice contour. Again, I'm going to take the foundation brush and go around the edges. That is the key. You have to blend around these edges. Otherwise, you will see that line of demarcation. So I am going to take a little bit of the Fit Me concealer and just apply it like here where I have a little bit more darkness, because I want to cover that up. Next, I'm going to take this Ben Nye Luxury Powder in Clay. Y'all know I normally use Banana to highlight, but today I don't really want like a drastic highlight. So this is more like closer to the concealer color, so it's not going to look as drastic. And I'm going to take it with a clean beauty blending sponge. Well, it's not really clean on the bottom, but this part is clean. So it is a little bit damp. And I'm going to dip it in there, and we are going to bake. Do not be afraid to be generous with that baking powder, okay? So if you have oily skin, baking is a must. That's what's going to keep your foundation on. Everyone always asks me what I do to like touch up my makeup throughout the day. I literally don't really touch up my makeup because I make sure I do the necessary steps to make it last. So while my face is baking, I'm going to go in with the Ben Nye Luxury Setting Powder. This one is in the shade Nutmeg, and I'm going to apply this all over the rest of my face. So it is closer to my skin tone, and this is going to set the foundation in place. So I'm going to take some in the brush and swirl it around the cap, tap off all that excess, and place it on the skin. And I'm pressing it into the skin. We can buff it once we place it. So I'm placing it around all the areas that we are baking. And as you can see today, it does not look as drastic because I did it closer to my concealer color. And I know some of you prefer this look, and I like this look sometimes too, but when I'm going for that like super glam look, I like my foundation to have like extra highlight. So I'm going to take the powder on my nose to just blend that out, and I'm going to take it over the highlighted areas too, just to buff and blend that. So now our base is done. We are going to move on to the brows. And for brows today, I'm going to use the Benefit Precisely My Brow Pencil in the shade 4. And this one is really nice. You can actually draw like brow strokes on it. So it does have a brow spoolie on one end. I'm going to use that just to comb my brows in place. And I'm going to just lightly fill them in. So I like to go on the underside first, just to like get a shape, and then we can lightly brush up and fill in the brow. So it definitely gives a more like natural brow look. So I'm going to do the same on this side. Now I'm going to take that same Maybelline Fit Me concealer in Cafe 30 and apply a little bit on the back of my hand. And I'm going to apply this with a concealer brush underneath my brow just to clean it up. Then I'm going to take my finger and just blend it into the skin. Next, I'm going to take this concealer from MAC. This is the Pro Conceal and Correct palette in dark, and I'm using this shade right here, which is NW45, and I'm going to take just my small micro sponge beauty blender and apply this to my eyelids. This is just going to get rid of any discoloration there. So I have not used this Anastasia Modern Renaissance palette yet, so that's what we're going to be using today for the eyeshadow. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do, but they have a lot of beautiful colors here. I think I might play with the pink colors because I never do that. I am first going to take Love Letter, which is this pinky color here. It's like a nice hot pink color. And we're going to apply this all over the eyelid. So I'm just placing it on the eyelid, and then we'll blend it into the crease in a sec. So I'm pulling it up like a little bit above the crease. But like I said, we're going to blend that out. Next, I'm going to take a clean fluffy down brush. This one is from Sugarpill, and I'm going to buff out the crease. Just blend it. There's no extra product on the brush. We are just blending. So I'm going to take a little bit of this orange eyeshadow right here called Regar, or however you pronounce it. And I'm applying that into the crease as well. So orange and hot pink. But the way they made this palette, you can actually like use all of these colors together. Like, it's amazing. You don't really have to think about this palette. And these are all matte eyeshadows. They blend out really good. They do have quite a bit of fallout, so you definitely have to tap off the excess. So I pulled that up a bit. Now we're going to take Love Letter again, and I'm going to blend it with the orange eyeshadow up the crease. Next, I'm going to pack some more of Love Letter on the lid because I feel like I lost a little bit. And I'm pulling it up again. These looks are all about applying eyeshadow, blending. Applying eyeshadow, blending. So it's a process. Then I'm going to take that same brush and blend. Just keep blending. Taking a little bit more Love Letter on this brush and blending up. So I really love how it's turning out. It's not really like a precise look. It's kind of more grungy. But I'm going to take this color Golden Ochre, which is a nice like golden highlight, and I'm going to apply that underneath the brow bone. And pull it down. You should blend until like you're tired of blending. Like, I don't want to blend anymore. That's how much you should blend your eyeshadows. You don't get to see all the time how much I blend, but today you are. So I'm going to take the e.l.f. crease brush with Love Letter and apply this underneath the lash line. And I know these kind of looks are not everyone's cup of tea, but I love them. Next, I'm going to take the Milani Liquid Eye Pencil in black, and we're going to rim the bottom waterline with it. This is going to give our eyes more definition because we're not going to do any liner on the top lash line. So next we're going to apply mascara. This is the Tarteist mascara in black. It does have a nice plastic wand. So if you don't like false lashes, definitely coat your lashes with this because it's really nice. It makes your lashes nice and dark. But y'all already know your girl's going to be applying lashes. But I want to get this base nice and dark. So if you're just going to wear mascara, make sure you take your time with this so you can separate your lashes and not get black on your upper lash line. But if you do get black on there, just clean it up and add more eyeshadow. If any of you hear anyone snoring in the background, it is Chuckles, okay? The dude snores like a human. So I'm going to apply a little bit of mascara to my bottom lashes as well. Because y'all know how I feel about bottom lash mascara. So y'all are going to kill me because I'm using the same lashes as my last makeup tutorial, but I don't know the brand because it's literally like just sitting in my collection. But these are Mink eyelashes. I'm going to use my Duo Adhesive Lash Glue in clear just because I'm not wearing any eyeliner, so I don't want to use the black one. So I'm going to apply my lashes with tweezers. These are mini tweezers from Tweezerman, and I really like these for applying my lashes. If you need extra help with applying false lashes, then check out my false lash videos. I have one on mink eyelashes, and I have one on just regular strip eyelashes with like the clear bands. So you will find something to help you because I am just going to pop these on. So you first want to let the glue get dry. Like, that's the most important part. If you let it get dry enough, then it's going to just pop on. Next, I'm going to pop them into the middle of the lash line as close to my lashes as possible. Then I'm going to pull out this outer corner and see, I didn't let them dry enough, so it's still lifting in the middle, but that's fine. You want them to get as dry as possible. And I'm going to pop on that inner corner. The most important is getting that inner and that outer corner because those tend to lift the fastest. These are like one of my favorite pair of lashes right now. And if they're your lashes, you can blow on them. If they're your client's lashes, don't do that. All right, so they're on and in place. it's just time to wait for them to dry. So next we're going to apply bronzer. Y'all already know I'm using my Bobbi Brown bronzer in Deep 4 with just an angled bronzer brush. And I'll try to link all the brushes that I use in the description box down below for you guys. But I'm going to apply this in my cheekbones just to warm up my skin. This definitely does have a warm, like, red tone to it. So if you're more like cool tone, I have more yellow tones in my skin, but I still like bronzing with warm tones. But if you're really cool toned, you might want to stay away from this. It might look too red on you. Now I'm going to take off this plumping lip gloss. And I'm going to use this Milani lip liner in Cocoa. It's just a brown lip liner. I'm going to apply it on my lips. Pretty thick. And for lipstick, I'm going to use the ColourPop Ultra Matte Lip in Chi. It's just a nice nude. And I'm going to take my lip liner again and go around the edges. And I haven't been into blush lately, so I'm not going to be applying any blush today, but I am going to be using this Tarte highlighter called Exposed, and I'm going to apply this with a fan brush to the upper part of my cheekbone. And I'm going to use a pencil brush to apply it to my nose and my Cupid's bow. And I'm going to apply a little bit to the inner corner of my eyes, just to brighten them up a little bit, since this look is really grungy. So the last step is spraying a little bit of makeup setting spray. This one is just the MAC Charge Water. This is what I've been using lately when I apply like a lot of powders and stuff. And I literally drench my face in this. And once that dries, we are all done. Thank you all so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please do not forget to give it a big thumbs up. It really does help to show your support. And I hope that y'all enjoyed this talk through makeup tutorial. I had so much fun recording it. And I know it's a little bit longer than my other ones, but I know it helps some of you out there who are like beginners with makeup. So if you want to see more of these, let me know in the comments section down below, and I will catch you all in my next one. Bye.